Shalom, shalom. Barney de Klerk here. In this video we discuss the prophet portion to Parashat Vayikra. It's from Isaiah 43 and 44, 43:21 up to 44:23 again. But in order to understand it, I want to ask you a question first. Who is your chosen person? Who is your chosen person? Surely it's your spouse, right? Your husband or your wife. So the second question then, before we see what Isaiah says, is who are Adonai's chosen people? The Bible tells us it's Israel, right? So then, following the first question that I ask you, it follows logically that Israel is the bride of God. Israel is the bride of the Lamb. Don't be misled by replacement theology. Israel is the wife and the bride and the wife of the Lamb, of Yeshua. Beware of pop religion's false teachings. These false teachings are designed to tickle your ears, but there's no truth in it, and it will lead you away from the truth. Excuse me. So let's see, setting the scene for this prophet portion. In Isaiah 43 verse 8, Adonai said that the nations are blind and deaf. They don't know him. They are blind and deaf. This is confirmed by Yeshua himself when he speaks to the Samaritan woman at the well, and he says to her, "You Gentiles, you do not know what you worship." And it's because we lack insight and understanding of God's word that he says that. In Isaiah, in the Torah prophet portion, Adonai placed the responsibility on Israel to teach the nations and to testify to the nations about Adonai. That instruction is in Isaiah 43 verse 11. But sadly, Israel failed in their duty, as we read just 10 verses further on in Isaiah 43 verse 21. But then, in the end, we also read another 2 verses further on, "In the last days Israel will do their duty, as it is written in Isaiah, and they will educate the nations, the Gentiles, the Goyim, about Adonai, the God of Israel, so that we can know Yeshua the Messiah from their teaching." That is why Zechariah 8 verse 23 noted that in those last days 10 Gentiles will cling to every Jew, because we Gentiles will eventually realize that Adonai is with the Jews, with his chosen people, with his bride. There is a word for a woman who tries to muscle in between the groom and the bride-to-be. You can read all about that woman in Revelation 17. She's called the Great Harlot, and it refers to the church that teaches replacement theology. Back to Isaiah. I want to say that in a number of verses in this prophet's portion, we read that Adonai is Adonai Yeshua. And those verses, if you want to look it up for yourself, Isaiah 43 verse 11, I'm not going to read it, I'll just mention the verses. 43:11 and also 43:14 and 43:15 and chapter 43 verse 25. And then it follows up in Isaiah 44 by making it clear that Adonai is Adonai Yeshua. And Isaiah 44 verse 6, 44 verse 22 and 44 verse 23. I hope you dotted down those verses. Please look at it. You'll identify Adonai Yeshua as the Adonai who speaks to Isaiah. In Isaiah 44 verse 6, we find a key to Adonai's master plan for human history. I'm going to take a step back and explain it to you in my own words. from Genesis 1 verse 1 in the Hebrew text, because Bible translators, fail to identify who Elohim Et is, the Aleph Tav. The Hebrew text says, Bereshit bara Elohim Aleph Tav Hashemayim ve'haaretz. In the beginning, Elohim Et created the heavens and the earth. Because Bible translators don't know who Et is, who is the Aleph Tav, they say it is untranslatable and they delete him from the text. But in the Hebrew text he is there, Elohim Aleph Tav. Now let's look at the key in Isaiah 44 verse 6. The Redeemer, that of course is one of the verses that refers to Yeshua. Yeshua is the Redeemer. The Redeemer Adonai Tsevaot. Tsevaot means the captain or the leader of the heavenly armies. It's normally translated as the Lord of Hosts, which to me obscures the meaning a little bit. It's the captain of the heavenly armies, the general of the armies, if you like. So the Redeemer Adonai Tsevaot told Isaiah that he is the Aleph and the Tav, and there is no other God beside him. Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Tav is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And as I said, many Bible translators conceal this fact in the translation by just referring to, he said, I'm the beginning and the end, or the first and the last. And they're not making the link to the Hebrew alphabet. But the Hebrew alphabet is the key that unlocks the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And these two letters, Aleph Tav, occurs in the Tanakh 9,800 and something, 50 odd times. And for 3,500 times that it occurs, it's not translated, because the translators say it's untranslatable. They say that because they don't know who Adonai Et is, or who Elohim Et is, the Aleph Tav. They don't know him. That's why they translate him out of our Christian Bibles. But here in Isaiah 44 verse 6, we see it's Adonai Tsevaot says he is the Aleph Tav. We can also look in the book of Revelation to identify him. In Revelation 1 verse 8, it says that he is Yeshua speaking. He says, I'm the beginning and the end, the first and the last, the Aleph and the Tav, who is and who was and who is to come, the Almighty. And the Aleph Tav here in the book of Revelation is hidden by Bible translators in the Greek letters, the Alpha and the Omega. But Yeshua didn't speak Greek, he spoke Hebrew. And what he said is use the Aleph and the Tav. He said the same thing exactly in Revelation 21 verse 6 and 7. And again in Revelation 22 verse 13. In Revelation 21 verse 6, he combines the Aleph Tav with the water of life and with sonship. So here we have the key of understanding the entire Bible, hidden in Isaiah 44 verse 6. I want to encourage you to read the Bible with that knowledge in mind. And then I pray that Adonai Eloheinu will bless you and keep you, that he will shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. I pray that he will lift his countenance, his provision upon you, and that he will give you shalom. That means he will give you peace and he'll make you complete. Shalom, shalom.